The sack.
Well, I was gonna start the episode, but I have to laugh like an immature little teenager because Lou said the sack.
Uh,
But welcome to episode 87 of Late Arrivals. A couple weeks since our last episode. I mean, technically, we didn't take a
the
week off last
the
week, but
former feature almost stuck episode.
Mr.
Dang it.
Crosby,
Yep.
Sidney
the
Crosby.
the one that
Yep.
got away. But
He would have been the chosen one.
we actually have a little bit of duck stuff to talk about. Or last week we were just like, yeah, so one thing happened, and that was about it.
Yeah, we did a live stream or a live watch stream watching the hockey game. Couldn't tell
Watching
you
the
which
hockey
hockey game. Couldn't tell you
That
which hockey game.
that was fun. And it was kind of funny that we were like, okay, it's going to overtime, so we're gonna hop off. Like we don't know how long overtime will go.
Yeah.
And literally, like by the time I took everything off, like unplugged everything from my computer, sat back down on the couch, the game ended. Like
Yeah.
5 minutes into overtime, I'm like, well, shit, we should just stay on.
We probably could
What
have.
game
Yeah, that
was it?
was.
I don't remember. I
Was
genuinely don't
Edmonton
remember.
and Vancouver?
Oh, that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were in Edmonton, right?
Yeah,
Were they?
I think so. No,
Or
they
were
were
they in
in Vancouver.
Oh, it's game 2. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we
No, I
definitely could have stayed
remember.
on probably, but we probably should have went, hey, let's give OT like 5 to 7 minutes. Maybe. But it's whatever. It happened. It's over
At
with.
that point, it was
I was sick
almost
last week.
it's almost 3
So-
hours, and
Yeah.
it was.
I just wanted to go lay down last week. I was feeling like poop
Lou was dying a little, but what can you
a
do?
little bit.
Well,
A tad.
you're alive now. You're from the grave,
Yeah.
or the clutches of death, I should say. I don't know if you're that sick or not, but
Sure.
I don't know what you said you cut out, but I'll
oh,
agree.
I just said you're back from the clutches of death.
Oh, yeah. Sure I am.
Well, we didn't really get to talk about it much, but the Ducks will be picking third in the draft. Thankfully did not move down. It would have been cool to move up, but we never
Yeah.
have
I'm just
glad
nice
they
things
didn't
when it comes
move
to the
down.
draft.
Yeah, they said that was the first time it stayed the same since
Since
what,
like
20
2010.
2010, 20, yeah. I was going to say 2012, 2010,
I think it was
2012.
2010.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I was getting a little nervous once we got to like around 6 where Utah landed. I didn't think I'd really get nervous this year just because I figured we weren't going to win anyway and we were third. So I was like, I just don't want to move down. But
Yeah.
once
I got
we get
nervous
to
around
that,
6 too.
yeah, 6, 5, I was getting kind of like, okay, let's get this over with. I'm
But
I'm
once we
feeling
didn't get
sick.
5th or 4th, it's like cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
so if
fine
you
with
want
third
the
though.
Yeah, me too. If you want the draft lottery results, just look at the final standings because
Just
at
go on the
least the
Google
final
machine.
16 teams, because it is the same. Nobody moved, so the Sharks win the draft lottery and they have their chance to draft Macklin Celebrini, which is fine.
Good.
Whatever.
Yeah. Good for them.
At least he's
They're
not going to
still
the Blackhawks to go play with Bedard. That would have been kind of
annoying.
annoying.
Yeah, the
I'd say
Sharks
it
are
would've been
still
so annoying.
the Sharks are still years away of being remotely competitive.
Yeah, it would have been so annoying.
It's funny.
But at
one of
least
my-
he gets to be close to his dad because his dad works for the Warriors.
Yeah.
and his junior Sharks. That's a nice story.
Yeah. Did he grow
Oh.
up in the Bay Area or no?
I think he was born in
briefly.
Yeah, because he was born in Canada, but then they
I know Vancouver, I think, and he said when they were interviewing him during the lottery, he said he was a fan of the Canucks growing up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think he was only a junior Shark for a season, but that was like 14 or 16-year-old year. I don't remember.
Gonna tell you.
But yeah, good
Well,
for the Sharks. My
yeah.
my coworker Nick is a Sharks fan, and still very
Yeah.
pessimistic, even with a first overall pick. He's like, okay, well, yeah, I'll be on the team, but who else is gonna play with them?
It's a good
They
start.
got a nice core now. I mean, kind of.
It's getting there. Yeah. If
Will
they take
Smith and
Celebrini, which they should, they got Will Smith and
William Eklund.
Eklund. Yeah. They have
Then from there,
Zetterlund too,
it's
don't they?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From there, it's just a bunch of guys, bunch of dudes, but
Bunch of
You
dudes
know,
being guys, playing
gotta
some
touch
puck.
someone.
Yeah. We don't have our draft guy, Connor, on the show. But I was wondering if there's any name out there that maybe you've seen enough of or possibly read about, maybe saw some stuff about, where you're to the point where maybe you'd want to see the Ducks take this certain guy third overall. Do you guys have
Ivan
anybody?
Demidov.
Demidov.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. But that's also 'cause he's like the only player I kind of know anything about. So
Yeah,
Him and
That's-
Artem Lushanov are the two guys I keep hearing.
yeah, yeah. I put it out on the Late Arrivals Twitter. I just asked who you want the Ducks to take third overall, and got a lot of those. Demidov and how do you say it? Levshinov.
Artem Levshinov, I believe.
Levshinov. I don't know. We're American. We want to
Yeah,
pronounce every single
we're
letter
from
in the
America.
name. So stay with me here. I keep seeing this other defenseman though, that Celiev. I've seen a
Anton
lot of
Saleyev, right? Or it's either
Saliev?
Saliev or Saleyev. I don't know.
Saliva.
Could be saliva. I mean,
I've seen a lot of Lindstrom.
yeah, Caden Lindstrom. I think he's
Yeah.
probably the second guy I would want the Ducks to target.
I wasn't completely sold on a defenseman for the longest time. Like I was hoping I'm kind of going for like offense, but a lot of people have been talking about these defensemen, and I'm kind of getting a little bit more sold on them taking D at 3.
Yeah.
that also probably solidifies that there's going to be a trade down the line to
Yeah.
get someone's playing time.
Yeah.
Whether that's like, I mean, kind of feel like Ellison's on the bottom of the totem pole at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would
agree.
say, I mean, from the veteran guys in the lineup, Vakanainen's probably the next one. They're probably like 1A, 1B of first out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't get too much into it because he's part of a question later, but I mean, so I kind of feel like Lacombe might be in there at some point.
You're kind of cutting out just a tad, Jake.
Okay.
Oh, Jake is?
I'll plug in a sec. Do I still sound okay? Here,
Keep talking.
Hello.
Okay.
All right, you sound a
Little
better.
pause. Little pause.
Colorado just scored, by the way. Power play.
Oh, buddy. Rantanen, nice.
Future Duck.
Finally, something.
Yeah, quick little sidetrack there. For people who end up watching this, if you're in the Twitch chat right now, or you end up watching it tomorrow or at a later date, I am rocking the wonderful Peter Forsberg Colorado Avalanche jersey. It's Coho. It's just beautiful. It's the burgundy with the Colorado down the front. It's Peter Forsberg, baby. All right, moving on.
We are free finally from the shackles of bad special teams. Ducks announced on the 14th here earlier this week that Newell Brown and is Craig Johnston, right?
Craig
Yeah.
Johnson, yeah.
Yep. I have it right in front of me. I'm asking this question. They will not be renewed, so they are leaving the organization, which means that can only go up.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
because I don't think you can really beat as bad as the Duck special teams were, especially towards the end there. But
Oh my God, really?
there were a few teams that were worse than the Ducks somehow. Don't know how
Somehow.
that happened.
But yeah, Rick
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You
Patterson.
don't want to see people lose their jobs and all that, but
No.
it
But,
was,
Rick,
this was a move that needed to be done.
it was what?
It was a move that needed to be done.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't think anyone would argue with that.
Well, they
but,
were technically fired. Their contracts were just renewed.
Yeah. So Rick Patterson was promoted to the GM of the San Diego Gulls. Mike Stapleton is now the assistant GM of the Ducks. Yeah, and then Newell Brown, like Jake said, and Craig Johnson are out of here.
Do we know what Craig Johnson did?
so I mean,
Because he wasn't on the bench at all.
maybe a video coach.
He could have been, because they talked to him a lot, like intermissions, I feel like, during games.
Maybe he coached from the box.
Possibly. I don't know.
Coach
Never
from the
really saw
tunnel,
him.
just yelling over the goalie, the backup goalie shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey, go out there and do this. You get some big shit.
But yeah, so
Uh,
that happened.
I can't really speak on who would be great as assistants, but it's
Yeah,
just
me
nice
either.
to see that there'll be a little bit of a shakeup here. Kind of give Cronin maybe a little more input.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of put in the situation just as the first time coach, just to kind of feel things for what they
Yeah.
were. So hopefully he gets a little more input. Let's just hope this also means that they stop fucking taking penalties too.
Please.
I hope that some sort of discipline comes with like him having a say of the coaching staff, because I feel like there is a little bit of a disconnect that wasn't something we talked about all year. I do
Yeah.
feel like having a first time coach step in with two like guys that are already kind of established can maybe cause things to be a little frantic and a little I wouldn't say unorthodox, but I don't know. I kind of feel like something wasn't clicking between the three of them.
Yeah, 100%. Something was missing there.
I think Pat
Like-
Verbeek just wanted to give them another shot, like the assistant coaches this
Yeah.
season.
I mean, if they give Aikens a fair shake, why not give your assistants a fair shake too? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
over and
I think
done
that-
with.
I think that's what that was.
He's a fair man that Matthew.
Matthew.
And we also had news today that when DCO signed his entry level
You're still a little
contract.
choppy, by the way.
Okay, well I'll try and fix it.
Just letting you know.
Okay, just let me know if it gets really bad.
All right. Rodwin Donicio.
So it'll
Is
be
that how you say it?
interesting having him, because I'm assuming he'll report to San Diego next year.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be a lot of young kids on the goals next year, and they're either gonna
lot.
be very, very good, or it's gonna be a little bit of a mess down there. But
Yeah. How do you say his last name?
I always said Dionisio. That's how I've
Dionisio?
heard
I thought
it.
it was Donacio. I don't know. Gonna tell you.
Pistachio. That's how Lou says pistachio.
Pistachio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't say it again. Sorry, Jake. Say it one more time.
Dionisio.
Pistachio. Oh, you weren't talking to me. My bad. You said
Dionisio?
Rodwin signed a 3-year deal to play in Switzerland, so he won't be on the goals.
Oh, well, there's our answer.
Dionisio.
So he's gonna be in Switzerland playing with Derek Grant.
Ooh, he's lucky. He's lucky. He's gonna be in Switzerland.
Is that where Derek Grant went?
Yeah, bro. He plays for Zurich and he won the
Yeah.
goddamn whole thing. He won the whole thing,
Good for him.
right? Got that cool looking trophy.
Can't
If you
ever
don't know what
tickle.
the if
take
you
my
don't know
word for 'em.
Lou, you should go check out the the Swiss National League trophy. It's pretty sick.
I should, but I won't. Just,
Is it
I'm
as
just,
epic as KBO teams getting a sword?
I'm just, I'm
I
not
don't
motivated
think-
enough to look it up.
I don't
So
think anything tops the sword, if we're being real here.
No.
I'm just not
Nothing ever
motivated
will.
enough to Google it. But I take your word for it.
Okay.
So I believe you.
So yeah, are we
Or-
taking over Vegas
But before we move on,
For the draft?
I don't know. Are we?
before we
Me
get
neither.
there,
Probably figure that out pretty soon.
Okay, before we get there.
we have 33 million in cap space to work with this
We do.
offseason as of today. So yes, some of that will be filled out because we're currently at 35 to 50 contracts.
Jesus.
So it's gonna be another year of definitely having to hand out some deals. So before we all freak out eventually that some random guy we have never heard of, or player we didn't expect to come back comes back.
Yeah.
It's a necessary evil when you have that much money.
Yeah.
But man, that's potential to be a very integral, important season. I mean, we're already hearing top 6 forward right-handed defenseman that can play top 4. It's been known for weeks because it came straight from Pat as soon as the season was done. But it's good fun to sit around and just like, how can we fit all of these guys on? Like, there's some quality free agents, quality RFAs that can be acquired trades. I don't know. It's gonna be an exciting summer, and I hope that we don't strike out a bunch and kind of miss on guys because where we're at, in our situation with this rebuild. But if you gotta overpay to get someone, as long as it's the right guy, I don't think you can do wrong unless it's upwards of 8 years. Don't give anyone over 36 or more.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're getting I've been seeing some stuff that the Hurricanes will not be bringing Natchez.
Martin Natchez.
Yeah, and who was the other one, Lou? Do you remember?
That's Brett Pesce.
Brett Pesce. But he's a UFA. But
yeah, he's a UFA. Natchez is not. He's an
RFA.
So we'd have to send some stuff over to pry him out of Raleigh. But
yeah, I would like one Martin Natchez on the Ducks.
That'd be pretty sick, huh?
Yeah.
Anywhere's number 88. You can just bring that right over and we can finally have that 88.
88 is a weird number.
After weeks of being like, oh, the Eagles is gonna wear 88, it's gonna be so awesome. Just for it to not happen, us be like, oh.
That lasts
I think
a little bit.
11 was always his choice because he said in that interview, he did an interview and he said his favorite player was Mark Messier.
Yeah. That do be true.
Okay, Christopher, now we can talk about what happened in Vegas.
Yeah. We're hopefully we need to look at the tickets and kind of pinpoint when we want to maybe pull the trigger on that and try to get to the draft there.
Probably do it very soon though.
Yeah, I would say.
Like in the next couple days, probably.
If there's any way we can all kind of come to an agreement to do this, if everyone can get that time to go, we would mainly be going to the Friday one. We don't have to. I mean, that's probably the only one we have to worry about, and then we can maybe just go from there. But yeah, that's. I mean, we're planning on it. We want to go. So if anyone else ends up in Vegas at the NHL draft this summer, and you want to come say hi, please do. We need to have some LAP merch on the ready. I need to finally have we need to get some kind of snapback going on, like a good snapback with our logo on it. Cause I need to buy a couple of those and wear some stuff. And we just need to paint Vegas purple.
Yeah.
Well, eggplant. Got to paint Vegas eggplant.
So there are still a few more tickets, so we don't have to freak out and panic. But
Okay.
in the sake of actually having secure tickets and making this a reality, I do agree with Lou. This should be done soon.
Soon, yeah.
And I'm looking at 714 tickets, promo code LAP, and they got a bunch of tickets.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
When I checked the other day, they only had the second round, but now they have the first round for the Friday night.
Oh, okay.
What are the prices look like?
And the nosebleeds, $49 a piece. It looks like.
Ooh, that's not bad.
$10 cheaper than what Ticketmaster has them for.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
row
yes.
18. So I'm assuming
We're at the
you might
top
need to
of
bring
this
some
tier.
tissues for your nosebleed that you might acquire. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't care where we're sitting. We just need to get in that damn thing.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to sit at the top of the dome with us? I mean, there's still, it looks like, so like middle sections on the Ticketmaster map, like the middle and like the side sections are going for about 73 on Ticketmaster.
Okay.
I don't know what 714 looks like, but I mean, it's a great segue here.
Honestly, we might have to 714 our way out of there. Right
Yeah.
off to Vegas.
But if you are like us and you are thinking going to the draft, or I mean, the Angels have actually won a couple games, which
Don't support the Angels. They're a shit show. Just save your money.
but you can
Go to a Padres game by using 714 tickets. Promo code LAP. LAP. 10% off.
if you want to go to some Dodger games, we won't judge, but
I mean, I will, but
there's a lot of Ducks Dodgers crossover, so
yeah,
no judgment.
It's
No judgment.
annoying actually. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty annoying.
Hey,
Lou said, please don't speak for me.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? You're calling
Yeah,
out an
there's-
LAP OG. Annie is like the biggest Ducks Dodger crossover fan that we know.
And, well, that's a shame. Promo code LAP.
I'm clipping this and sending it to her. Then you can deal with that.
Why are you snitching on me? I would never tattle on you, bro. That's kind of
You sure? You sure? You sure?
I've never snitched on you a day in my life.
I don't think I've ever given you the opportunity to snitch on
Well,
me.
good, because I won't do it. I'm an upstanding citizen to my community.
Lou's a great neighbor, is what he's
Watch
saying.
out, Lou's gonna start writing diss tracks on you, Chris.
Yeah. Promo code LAP. 714 tickets. Go to any sporting event around the country. Concerts that you might want to go to.
Yeah. Let's go bunch up a bias. Go bunch up a buy. Go buy.
What?
I just had a stroke. Go buy up a bunch of stuff. Go bunch up a buy. Oh, that's
all right.
I don't know, man.
Did you just have a health event?
I think so. I think I did. I think I had to go. I'll never get that out of my head. That was crazy. Anyway, if you don't want to go to a live event like a sporting event and you would rather watch at a bar, go to Noble Ale Works. If you mention Late Arrivals, you get 10% off on your beer or when you close your tab. So go check out some stuff. I see they got a lot of Angels events going on. Like they Nobles partnered up with I think 2 different Angels. I don't know if they're podcast. I know one's the podcast. I'm not sure what the other one is, if it is or not. It's like I forgot the name of the second one, but the first one is Halos in the Infield. And they do a lot of their stuff at Noble. So if you want to go watch a game, go watch an Angels game there. Go mention us. Get 10% off. And enjoy your time. Enjoy Noble. Get some of that. Watch me whip. What is that? What it's called? Watch me whip.
Yep.
Some Dole Whip.
This is very good.
Yeah, I've heard some very good things about it. I see it on Instagram.
Talking about?
A lot of good reviews.
What are you saying? What are the words coming out of your mouth right now?
They are English, except that one part 3 minutes ago was not English. I don't know what that was. The Dole Whip kind of thing at Noble, the beer, the seltzer, whatever it is.
Okay,
it's good. I've heard it's very good. I keep seeing very good reviews.
10% off when you mention lap.
Yes, sir.
Free parking.
And what about hockey?
Do they have free
equipment,
parking for concerts too?
I don't know.
I mean, I would assume that they would.
If there's an event at Honda Center, I would assume, that they have.
Yeah.
But maybe you shouldn't assume. I don't know.
Yeah, because you know what happens when we assume.
Yeah, nothing good. Nothing good comes of it.
Make an ass out of you and me. Ha.
Lou, if someone's looking for some hockey swag,
some cream
swag, where would they go?
A Shift Hockey, and you use the promo code LAP10, LAP10. Just in case you don't know how to spell that.
Yeah, you don't spell out 10.
No, you use the 1 and the 0 on your little keypad.
Yep. LAP in all caps with the number 10 that follow.
Have we confirmed that it's all caps?
I think so. Like the past 40 episodes.
Yeah.
I think you asked every.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't got a concrete answer yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. I guess you got to get a cream T-shirt and figure it out.
Get you a stick.
Yeah. I shared a Shift Hockey post on Instagram today. One of their sticks. It's very nice. They have 3 different kinds of sticks. Go check them out. Pretty lightweight. Or if you want to get some gloves, be like Lou, maybe get some cream T-shirt, cream hoodie. I mean, no one's wearing hoodies right now. It's too goddamn hot.
It's actually been kind of overcast here, like the past couple days.
It was overcast yesterday here, and it sprinkled a little, but it's been mid-90s, and it's just gonna get worse. And it's gonna be nasty.
Earthquake weather here.
Yeah, it's been pretty humid.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so Shift Hockey. Go to shifthockey.com and use the promo code LAP10 at checkout. Get 10% off. Enjoy some Shift Hockey, man. They got some cool stuff.
I might need to get the goalie stick because I
that goalie stick looks cool, man. I like the goalie stick. So these last 2 here, they're not an official ad read, but we're getting word that we might have some future ad reads here.
Heck yeah.
We might be you might be hearing a lot from us from Yeti. Might be talking a lot of Yeti on here. Yeti products. And Franklin Sports.
Are they the company that makes tumblers?
Yeah.
And coolers.
Very cool coolers. And then Franklin Sports. That's one that I actually have been wanting to get for a while since we joined Inside the Rink.
Are they the tennis equipment people?
Yeah, and they do a lot of street hockey sticks, and like floor hockey, like the mini sticks, stuff like that, like knee hockey. I think we call it I think most people in the States call it knee hockey, but I think it's called mini sticks. You got like the mini nets, and you're literally playing on the floor, like usually little kids play. I used to have my own set when I was a kid. A lot of fun. Um,
That don't sound like fun if you're an adult trying to play that.
it is, I promise. We'll have to
It
set it
is.
up.
It's just it hurts your knees and
It
it's hard to
does.
get up after. So
Yeah.
it's preferably a children's activity because they
Yeah.
don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would probably fall and probably can't get up.
It is
I
fun
played
though.
that.
It is fun. They have cool like glow in the dark sets and everything. Like it's pretty cool. So I'm happy that
People
we're
are playing that in the dark.
why not? If stuff glows in the dark, why not use it in the dark? And that's what its purpose is.
Okay, I mean, if you say so.
Yeah. But I'm excited for that. Hopefully we can start sucking on the Franklin Sports teat soon.
That is
What?
quite the way to say that.
Sorry. I wasn't gonna say it, and then it just kind of came out. But
This is a
that happened.
PG podcast, sir.
But I mean, hopefully we can do that soon because
You sick freak.
they're all about growing the game, and I want at some point it'd be cool if we could kind of
Well, I don't know
move
if
the
they're gonna
needle.
allow us to grow their brand after that
move the
comment.
needle. Well, maybe we can help move the needle just a tad, even if we don't do much. I mean, I would like to try to do some stuff with them and have a lot of fun.
Sucking on their teeth. Big person.
Oh boy.
Cretin.
Just call him a cretin.
Cretin.
It's not the worst thing he's called me.
Well, what's the worst thing I've called you?
Could have
I
called
don't
you
know,
an
I'll hit you back
asshat, I
up.
guess.
You have
What?
called me an asshat. Yeah.
I call everyone a hat at some point.
You've called me a liar before, and that hurts. That's not
I
even
don't
a
believe
mean
I
word.
ever
That
done
just
that, but
hurts.
That cuts deep.
I don't believe I ever did that, but sure, okay. If you say so. Not here to argue.
All right, let's get into some league stuff here, shall we?
I guess it can't be any more crass than sucking on the teat, but I mean, I guess we can transition here and on the topic sucking. Yeah, a bunch of coaches have been fired. Notably, Sheldon Keefe was fired after the Maple Leaf series. I kind of feel like everyone saw that coming because
Yeah,
it was
100%.
time. I do feel like he kind of was the scapegoat for a lot of their problems, but at the same time, he didn't really do himself any favors, and
No.
it's kind of a bad look when you have that great of a roster and have like one of the fifth worst all-time playoff percentages.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Toronto.
that's just kind of how things shake out sometimes. So Keefe was fired. Who else was fired? We had
Rick Bonus retired.
Bonus
that.
retired.
Yep, Bonus retired.
Lenny Ruff got hired by the Sabres.
Yep.
Which,
I think we reported on that a few weeks ago, didn't we?
clearly they saw how
Little bit.
things worked with Carlisle. Had Travis Green got hired in Ottawa.
Sharks fired their coach.
Yeah,
David
David Quinn got fired.
Yeah.
It's like hard remembering everything because
Did the Devils hire somebody yet?
they're still doing interviews.
They're sniffing around, Lou.
Craig Berube got hired by the Leafs, which was pretty fast.
Yeah. That's a good hire. I like that for the Leafs. Maybe they can.
I don't think he brings much to them, but
What? Oh, you just don't like Toronto.
well, it's not that. I just don't think he helps them that much. But
And
we'll see.
the Blues gave their coach that had the interim tag. They gave him the official head coaching position.
I couldn't even tell you that man's name.
LA is kind of up in the air. They said Hiller's going to interview.
Jim Hiller got the boot.
He got the boot?
Or he got fired, didn't he? Or he just doesn't renewed.
I don't. They did. I don't think
they said that he's gonna still like interview and stuff, but he's not gonna be like full.
Oh.
He's not. It's essentially not given to him, so there's
Yeah.
possibility he can come back. But
He's got to
They're
work for
keeping
it.
they're
Lou.
keeping Rob Blake though. And Luke.
it is a choice.
Yeah.
Sure
But
is.
it's the $8 million guy's fault, not the guy who signed him that contract. That would have been the perfect time as ever for Ryan to jump in the chat
Right. Right.
I'm sure he will eventually.
line. But it's like a moth to a flame. We mentioned
It
Dubois,
is.
and he just so happens to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
not
that's- I
not
think
to
that's-
have an ADHD moment here, but the game center on NHL.com when it's in intermission says two little Zambonis going.
Is it?
I'm watching it currently. I'm like,
Ooh,
what is moving
that's
on
fun.
my screen?
I wonder if it's my internet that's making it choppy.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Does
Kinda-
Jake sound choppy to you, Chris?
Not like often. It's every once in a while, but it's not like
I don't know. It
crazy.
just sounds like he's been choppy the entire episode, but maybe I'm just hearing shit. I don't know.
Gotta pay your internet bill, Lou.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you were
maybe.
hearing that, I'd be a little worried.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. Continue.
But it'll be an interesting summer because there's a lot of teams that need coaches, and we know the NHL doesn't like trying new things. So
Definitely not.
these guys are all gonna land in different spots. It's gonna be a story for 15 minutes, and then it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
nothing's changed.
I was a little worried the Sharks were gonna get Berube. I'm glad they didn't. I'm
sounded
not
like-
really sure
It
where
sounded
they're
like they
going.
wanted each other, the Leafs and Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
what the Sharks and Kings do.
Yeah, that'll be
mean,
interesting.
The
And the
Sharks
Kraken-
are smart. They go after.
Why the Kraken need a head coach?
Yeah.
If the Sharks are smart, you bring in a young coach or like a guy who hasn't coached in a while.
Yeah, they
Maybe
should.
like a Bruce. I mean, I hate to see that, but Bruce makes a lot of sense for a team that's gonna just kind of be there.
Yeah.
If Bruce coached the Kings, that would be a really good hire for
Oh,
them.
shut up. Don't you dare.
I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying that'd be a good hire for them.
But yeah,
Oh,
now that
right.
I brought up the Kraken, I don't think we talked about Hackstall getting fired, so he's gone too. So
Dave Heck.
I honestly kind of forgot
His
the
goatee was
Kraken
weird.
existed.
You remember his goatee that he had?
the goatee, yeah,
It was weird. Made me
yeah. Had
uncomfortable.
a lot of coaches fired, some coaches hired, and one coach retired.
Shout out
crazy
Rick
stuff.
Bonus.
Shout out to that man.
Yep.
Well, do you want to talk round two so far? Or should we
Not
get through
really,
some of the?
but-
Should we get through some of the smaller stuff? Spend a little more time about the.
Yeah, let's get through the smaller stuff, and we'll spend a little bit more time on round two and where we're headed here with the playoffs.
Well, the Utah Hockey Club is not gonna be fun and have a name. There's gonna be Utah and have a word mark that says Utah on their uniforms.
Yeah,
They have some names in the work for in form of a fan vote from a couple weeks ago. I like the Yetis. Yetis was kind of
Yetis.
cool, but I feel
Yeah.
like inherently you have Avs fans saying, "Well, we used to have a mascot that was a Yeti and
yeah.
logos that had Yetis on it, or a Yeti's foot." Like,
Yeah.
I think that would just cause unnecessary problems that people would be mad over for some reason.
Yeah. I tried to. I don't know if my vote counted. I tried to vote. I clicked on it and it kind of took me off the thing, and I don't know. Like there was never any like page after I was done saying thanks for voting or like your thing was submitted or anything like that. So I don't even know if mine counted. But I voted for 4 names, and I'm gonna try to remember them. I think it was. There was Mountaineers that I thought kind of was cool. I voted for that one.
I voted for that
Mountaineers would be a
one.
good one.
I voted for
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to vote for like 3 serious and then a wild one, so I voted for Venom. And then I think the other was Swarm.
I hate that name. That's a shitty
I
name.
kind of want them to go. I wouldn't hate if they went like in a B, like in the direction
No,
of
I don't
like
want them to
a
do a
B.
B. I don't want them to
Utah
do
is the Beehive State, Lou.
I don't care what they are.
They have a beehive on their
I
state
don't.
flag.
I don't want them to be that.
The Stingers.
It's dumb.
The Buzz. No, Buzz would be stupid. Swarm.
Yeah,
I voted for Swarm.
Swarm would be okay. Buzz
Yeah.
would be really bad.
Yeah, the only like B names that would be cool, at least in my opinion, would be Swarm or Stingers. Other than that, you can't really. There's not too many good ones out there. I'm trying to think. Mountaineers, Venom, Swarm, and then there was one more. It was one that made Outlaws. Outlaws. That was the other one. I voted for those 4.
That one
I
would be
like that
okay.
name, but that's like an XFL name.
Outlaws? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Weren't
like
they wasn't the Vegas team the Outlaws?
yeah, I think so. It sounds like very
It does, yeah.
not a pro name.
A lot of
the
them
U-
on that list didn't sound very pro, honestly.
the
There was some
the
bad ones on there.
the Utah Powder got some traction on the internet.
The powder.
I'm sure you could guess why.
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised that you say that it didn't like take you to like a confirmation page of like, oh, thank you for casting your votes. Like I would have expected that wouldn't have done that, but like take you to like a Latter-day Saint website to like become a Mormon.
What is powder supposed to be?
Snow. Snow.
Hello?
Yeah, snow.
Oh, I cut out for
Powder.
a second.
You've never heard snow called powder?
No.
Really?
No.
We gotta get you out more, Lou.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got
that's
to go
it.
on a mountain.
That's a new one. But okay.
All right, we're gonna take a lap trip. After the Vegas trip, we're gonna plan another one, and we're all gonna go snowboarding together.
No, that doesn't sound like fun because I don't feel like spending my few weeks in the ER because I have a broken fucking leg.
Jesus Christ.
Well, with that attitude, you'd get hurt.
Yeah.
Gotta go
Fine, we'll
with
just
it.
do we'll just do like a little sledding thing. You can go on one of those little saucers. Those little saucer sled
you
things.
could just FaceTime me.
You can go on the kiddie slopes. Have a
You
little
could
just
old
face-
man Lou.
You guys
Put
can
you on
go
a
on
toboggan.
the trip and I'll just watch you from comfort of my home.
Get
Yeah,
Lou,
there were-
just strap him to a bobsled, just down the
So
mountain you
doesn't
go.
sound like fun.
I'm trying to think of other names outside of powder that were kind of weird, but because there was ice, which I get, but like, come on, ice would be kind of stupid. Powder would be very stupid.
Wasn't there a natural disaster one? I forget which one it was, but
I can't remember.
I'm sure if we just Googled it, we'll have the list.
I thought I had it bookmarked, but apparently I don't.
What are we discussing? Utah hockey names vote list.
It should be 20.
All right. You want me to
Go for it. If you find it, go for it.
hold on.
'Cause I have forgotten a ton of them.
Okay, ESPN.com
Mammoth. Mammoth
has
was
it.
another one. I know Mammoth was another one. That one's all right.
All right. The Mountaineers, the
Okay.
Ice, the Hive, Utah HC, the Frost,
Frost.
the Blizzard.
That's what it was.
Blizzards. Blizzards all right.
Blizzards. The Caribou,
Oh,
Venom.
Caribou. Maybe I voted Caribou instead.
the Venom, the Blast, the Fury, the Freeze, the glaciers, the canyons, the squall. I
Yeah,
don't know what the
Squall.
fuck a squall is, but okay. The powder, the outlaws, and the Yeti and the mammoth.
Mammoth
And
isn't.
If it was like Blaster Fury, that would be just so horrible.
Yeah.
and the black diamonds.
Oh, Black Diamonds. That's right.
Just have a skier on the front.
What is a black diamond? Is it exactly what it sounds like?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the whole.
It's like a snowboarding, skiing kind of thing. Like a black diamond, like run down a hill, like a really challenging one, I think.
Hmm.
Oh, it's a ski
Yeah.
term.
I mean, same thing with Yeti. Is Blizzard kind of gives off the same like avalanche type thing. So
Yeah, we don't want that.
that would be tough to kind of create your own like look to that and identity to that without looking too much like the avalanche or bringing on colors that are similar. um,
And we already have two natural disaster team names in the league.
There was a soccer team in Buffalo when I was growing up, indoor soccer called the Buffalo Blizzard, and they were awesome. That's a great name, but I don't think it's a fit for like a pro, like top pro league type team. That was like
Yeah.
an indoor, like the National Arena Soccer League or something. This is this is not that.
I mean, they call Devils versus Kraken the Cryptid Cup. If you just call the Avalanche versus the Blizzard the snowball fight.
I wouldn't hate Caribou. Caribou's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a kind of a cool name.
Because I like the Milwaukee Bucks, like their branding and stuff. So something like that would be kind of cool for a hockey team. But
Yeah.
We have this long discussion about all these team names, but we just know all of next season is just gonna be annoying because they're just gonna be Utah.
Utah, yeah. Just seeing the
Wait,
Utah on the
So
jersey.
they're not coming up with a name at all this season?
Oh, they're just gonna be the Utah Hockey Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I kind of like that actually. I mean,
I guess. I don't know. We got our own version of the Washington football team, and
I don't know. I kind of like that name. I like the name of just the football team. That was kind of cool.
just football team.
I mean,
But yeah,
it's really about it about Utah. I mean,
yeah.
again, we have all these discussions about, oh, this name sounds cool, this sounds fun, but then we're brought back down to earth of just like it's 2 years away.
Yeah. But if you're listening, let us know what name you want them to go with, or if you did vote, and you don't have to vote for 4, but you could vote up to 4 names, and I voted for 4. But if you did vote, let us know which ones you chose. I would like to see what everyone's thinking. I would like to give a quick shout out to the PHNX Coyotes podcast. They pretty much shut down, obviously, after the whole Coyotes relocation hybrid situation. It's not like a traditional relocation. It's a whole thing.
They're just inactive now.
Yeah, they're inactive. It's
which could be
kinda,
longer than expected because
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like the mayor of Scottsdale does not want them, or at least in the situation that Morello would want them to be.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Does not bode well considering he still has to win an auction. So
He sure does.
it's
Um,
temporary inactivity, but not looking too great.
Doesn't sound very promising. But shout out to this to the PHNX Coyotes. They rebranded, which is kind of funny because someone brought it to their attention that they hope that they stick around even after the Coyotes leave because they really enjoy their stuff. They're really good at what they do. They're very entertaining. They're very insightful. Great group of people. And they did rebrand. And I was joking around, and I just said, yeah, they should rebrand as the PHNX Hockey. They should just rebrand as PHNX Hockey. Well, they rebranded yesterday, and they are PHNX Hockey. So shout out to them. They will be the PHNX Hockey Podcast. They had their first episode released yesterday. Go give them a follow. They're going to follow along. Pretty much NHL news in general, and then the Roadrunners, since they're still in Tucson, and pretty much any other hockey that's happening in the state of Arizona, whether it's high school or whatever they choose, they're going to be covering it and just trying to keep hockey growing in this state. So go give them a follow. They're great people. If you didn't follow them when they were the PHNX Coyotes, give them a chance now. I feel like they'll win you over and make you a fan. They're a lot of fun.
Agreed.
Second round time.
What's that?
Time to talk about the second round. Since it's almost over.
Yeah, round 2 is it's a lot of things. There's a lot going on in this round. It's the Canucks and Oilers are pretty crazy.
That's honestly been my favorite series to watch so far, and
It's been fun. Yeah.
at least personally. I do have to eat some crow and say that the last time we recorded, I was just like, I don't know, Carolina, New York doesn't seem like it's going to be a great series.
Yeah.
And then it
That was a
was
shit series.
arguably one of just the craziest that happened so far.
That's just
Yeah, that was
series.
the way that game ended. Game 6 last night was just ridiculous. I don't know how the Hurricanes.
It was,
So
it was a,
everyone
it was a
knows the
two-pack of
Rangers.
ass.
Everyone knows the Rangers are moving on to the Eastern Conference Final. They took out the Canes in 6. Hurricanes last night, Game 6, which was Thursday. We're recording. This is Friday night. You're up 3-1 going into the third period.
Losers.
Like, what the hell happened? And even when they started the third period, they were all over the Rangers. Like, they were getting these chances. They were hitting the post. Like, they were just all over the Rangers.
Yeah, the
And
save
then-
from Martin, like,
Oh my God, yeah, the save from Martinook. That was just crazy. Like, everything seemed to be going their way. It's like, okay, they're definitely forcing 7. And then all hell broke loose. The Rangers got 1 goal to make it 3-2, and then that was like it. That was it. They didn't stop, and it was just Rangers, man. They're good.
They're getting
Who
their
doesn't like
asses
'em?
beat by the Panthers.
I don't know.
No, they're getting their asses beat by the Panthers.
And
That's
you know,
going to be a
Lou-
sweep.
Lou was saying the Panthers, and Florida took out Boston tonight. Yep, Friday night hockey. Bruins, they took them out in 6. I was hoping we get a game 7. So hopefully, right as we are recording right now, the Avalanche are up 1-0 on the Stars going into the third period. Stars are leading that series 3-2. Hopefully, we get a game 7. That would be
No, I
on
just want the
Sunday.
Stars to finish it off tonight. That'd be preferable.
And then you got the Canucks and the Oilers, with the Canucks leading 3-2. Game 6 is tomorrow, Saturday. I'm very shocked that the Canucks are up 3-2.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how it's happening. Like, it.
I hate
And
to
I
say
had
they're
a bounce
looking
back
their
game
way
last
into
night.
wins, but I mean, they're just
It's
the fact that they're able to hold McDavid to 0 shots.
oh yeah.
And it's the first time he had 0 shots on goal in a single game since 2019.
Yeah.
Um,
Crazy.
And the Canucks looked like ass in Edmonton, like both games.
Yeah.
Like they got thoroughly outplayed both the games, and they just got lucky. Well, Edmonton's goalie.
Dude, that
Didn't
what was that
play
game 4
well.
that the Oilers won? Game 4 they won? Yeah.
Yeah,
The Canucks tied the game with like
Yeah, that
what
was
was it,
kinda
like
crazy.
2 minutes left?
yeah,
Something like that. And then like a minute later, the Oilers come down and take the lead and avoid overtime. Like, just crazy. That has been one of the best series. I feel like they've all been pretty good in their own way. I've definitely enjoyed all 4 series so far in the second round. But yeah, there's something about this Canucks Oilers one that is just ridiculous. Like you just have no idea what's going to happen.
I think
Um,
Edmonton's gonna win Game 6 personally.
I think so too. I do think they take Game 6. If they do, that means Game 7 would be Monday. We already got confirmation that the Eastern Conference Final is starting on Wednesday of next week. So both Panthers and Rangers have some time off now. But
All the way for just the chaos side bracket. It's funny, like I said it on the stream last week when we were watching the game. With Vancouver, it just feels like everybody's just trying to throw passes a million miles an hour.
yeah.
And they were doing it last night, but like Edmonton just couldn't defend it because it just was so erratic. It's just like watching it like there should be a guy that picks that pass off, but Quinn Hughes is throwing it at like a 45-degree angle at like 90 miles an hour. And it's like, of course, no one can get it because it's bouncing all over the place.
Yeah.
Alistair scored.
Oh, God damn it.
Jamie
The man-
Benn.
The man who doesn't like cats.
Doesn't like what?
He doesn't like cats.
Oh, yeah. Might be allergic.
Might be.
Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, that's 1-1. What was that?
Yep.
2 minutes into the third period? God damn it.
Yeah, 18 minutes left.
Oh,
Lynching
boy.
time.
But yeah, I mean the playoffs have been awesome this year, man. Like I'm really enjoying it. It's gonna be awesome. I'm hoping Florida, New York, maybe I hope it goes 7. I don't know if it will though.
I feel like if
Panthers in 4.
Florida keeps the momentum they had in the Boston series, they could run away with it if New York's not careful. But I mean, the fact that they won how they did last night in Carolina just shows that they're really not out of games until it's over.
Yeah.
And granted, all of Kreider's goals were goals that Chris Kreider scores and like no one else.
Yeah, honestly.
Like his second one, the little like chip off of like Anderson's glove. I was just like, who else is scoring that goal? But that should be entertaining. I mean, I feel like the series in the East always is the more like spectacle one, just because it starts earlier, so it gets like the prime time kind of spot. But I don't know. I mean, in the West, depending on who comes out of it, whether it's the picks everyone thought of Edmonton, Dallas, or again, chaos, the chaos Canucks just continuing to roll on somehow.
Yeah. Speaking of
Cats.
Kreider, what'd you say?
Our cats.
Our cats.
Meow.
Speaking of Kreider, only 3 Rangers have ever scored 3 goals in a single playoff period.
Unimpressive.
Chris Kreider is one of them, and he joins Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky.
Unimpressed.
It's pretty cool, man. I'm just saying.
Not really.
I'll give a quick little shout out to the Oilers, I guess. Leon Draisaitl has a 10-game point streak in the playoffs. 8 goals, 13 assists.
He's probably been their best player so far from the playoffs, I feel like.
100%. 8 goals, 13 assists. Jesus.
And I feel like Elias Pettersson hasn't really shown up this series.
He's been very, very quiet.
I think he's hurt. He's
got to be.
He doesn't look comfortable out there.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Like
Something's got to be.
He's usually more fluid in like his skating stride, and it just looks like something's bugging him at all moments.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and everyone says everyone's hurt at this point in the playoffs, but he's definitely got something a little more severe, I think, going on.
Jamie Benn's goal, he kind of made Georgiev look silly, not gonna lie. And
yeah, just a little.
Of course, because this is the one that got away episode, the Katie Adamov Ducks legend. Freaking behind the back pass. Man, I don't want Dallas to win because I left the app, but that was a pretty nice play.
It was.
I wish Dallas would go back to their old uniforms, but their original colors.
Oh my god. You saw that tweet?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
great looking uniform.
It really is.
Better than what they have now.
Like I said, if they
Victory green is just not a good green.
and honestly, if they want to stick with that green, I mean, do you? But bring
Just
back
get
the
rid
old.
of the monster jerseys and bring like a retro jersey back. Like
Yeah.
at least do something because the monster jerseys should not exist.
Yeah. They really shouldn't.
I hate saying that because someone probably worked very hard on those, but they just don't
Yeah,
need,
right.
they just don't
They're
exist.
they seem to be very well liked too within the Stars like community. So
What?
the
Retro?
no, the monster jerseys.
Oh, that ugly one.
That crazy thing that looks like it's like
Doesn't it glow in the
radioactive.
dark too?
I don't know. I don't think it
I don't
does.
think so. I thought that was just Vegas's reverse retro.
I thought it. I
Yeah.
thought those glowed in the dark too.
They should with how crazy they look.
Like the one thing that would at least kind of justify being that bright, and it's not even there.
Now, I know people like the blue shorts on Colorado, but I wish they would go back to the black shorts.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that I see the
I
black,
was of the opinion when they first swapped because it's
Yeah.
like it's just too bright, but the like longer they've played in it, I like it better than the black.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like the black better still.
because now when I see old pictures of it, like Matt Duchene rocking the Avs jersey with the black helmet and stuff, I'm like, nah, I can't. I don't know why we put up with that for so long.
Well, that
I
was
don't know,
also when they
I
had
prefer
the
that look. That
the
look.
like million pipe
Yeah, the
jerseys.
Oh my
Reebok,
God.
Reebok ruined uniforms.
They killed almost everything in sight, dude. Like they just.
Was there a good Reebok uniform?
I don't think so.
I think the only ones you really say are probably like original six jerseys that didn't change.
Yeah, honestly, because even the Sabres were rough, and the Sabres were like when they went back to their original logo. I don't know if you guys remember, but they had like the navy blue, but in the armpit it was gray for some reason.
Yeah.
I think
No
I
idea
remember, yeah.
why that was there. It was why is it gray under the arm? I don't get it.
The Islanders uniforms under Reebok were
The black
atrocious.
ones.
All of them.
Oh, okay, the black ones that just said Islanders on the front. Oh my god.
Dallas's like football jersey ones. It's a Dallas
Dallas
across the
football,
front.
yeah. They had it. Yarmir Yager had to wear that thing. Jesus.
Going through all the jerseys that guy got to wear in his career is just like the
Yeah.
perfect time capsule of like when the NHL was like creative and had like cool jerseys and like logo ideas into just
Yeah.
like god awful. Like you got to wear the penguin, like all the penguins, and then the Capitals, and then got to wear original six with the Rangers, and then like throw in teams later down the line, Philly, and
He wore the cool Panthers jersey too.
yeah, the
I
jumping
think,
cat.
right?
He was there for
Yeah.
the jumping cat and the soccer
And the soccer
jerseys.
badge. Yeah.
The Ducks uniforms were bad too under Reebok.
100%.
Still have my Reebok somewhere.
I do too.
Two sizes too small, but it's still
I
somewhere.
mean, I don't mind the cup winning uniform, but
You don't?
no, I said I don't mind it.
You don't mind it? It's it was just weird. Like it was really big.
The 2010 version of the word mark was bad
Yeah.
because they shrunk it and then
They
it
shrunk
had to
it.
be orange for some reason.
Yeah. It was so small on the jersey. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, this has been the dirty segment of every episode of Ever.
Die a little inside every time you use that J word.
I'll do a quick PWHL playoff update because they are going on to their cup final.
Shout out Minnesota.
The Walter Cup final. So Another Toronto hockey team is out after one round of playoffs, and that is the PWHL Toronto. So the PWHL playoffs, every round is a best of 5, so you have to win 3 games. Toronto went up 2-0 on Minnesota, and Minnesota just completed the reverse sweep tonight
Hell yeah.
to win 3-2. They are moving on to the Walter Cup final to take on Boston, who swept Montreal. Boston's been off for a bit, and the PWHL finals will start on May 19th, which is Sunday. So game 1 is Sunday the 19th. Game 2 is the 21st. Game 3 is the 24th. And then game 4 and 5, if necessary, will be the 26th and the 29th. Boston has the home ice advantage, and I don't know what makes it worse, like Toronto getting reverse swept in the first round, or the fact that Toronto lost to the team that they chose to play in the first round. Like since they got the number 1 seed in the PWHL, that the number 1 seed gets to choose who they get to choose their opponent in the first round. They chose Minnesota, and yeah,
I got hit with the reverse Uno card.
Exactly. And now it's Boston, Minnesota in the final. I would like to give a shout out to Taylor Heisey Hive, please rise. She got the game winner tonight for Minnesota, and yeah, they're moving on. Congratulations. I did not think they were going to beat Toronto, especially when they went down 2-0. So they're doing their thing. Congrats to Boston and Minnesota. I hope it's a great final. Hopefully it goes the full 5, and I'm excited to see the trophy presentation. And it's kind of a win-win, because if Boston wins, we get to see Hillary Knight win the trophy, and if Minnesota wins, it's rookie Taylor Heisey getting the trophy. So it's a win-win over here, at least in my book. But yeah, please watch the PWHL final, the Walter Cup final. You can watch in the US, you can watch it all on the PWHL YouTube channel, so go subscribe there. And watch along with at least me. I don't think Lou's watching, but watch with me.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, we can enjoy it together.
Yep.
Well, we will get into questions here. We'll start with our Hockey 365 topics as always. We actually have them this time. We forgot the last time.
Yep.
But we wanted to do this one because it was kind of on topic of what we talked about earlier with all the coaching changes and all that fun stuff. But they have to update to a prior question asked a while ago. There are now just 4 active NHL coaches that were hired prior to February 2022. And that is John Cooper, Mike Sullivan, Jared Bednar, and Rod Brind'Amour. Do most NHL coaches seem to have an expiration date at this point?
It certainly seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like it.
It feels like there are, at least in the NHL, I saw a graph like last week on how long coaches last in like the big four leagues. And the NHL, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like 2 years. Like if you last longer than 2 years, you're like part of like the rare group of NHL coaches. So I feel like there is a lot where when you get hired, you have to see results fairly quickly. I mean, I know it's different, obviously, with the situation that the coach is going into, kind of like, Greg Cronin, for example, coming into a rebuild and kind of having to take that on. He might have a little bit of a longer leash. But when you got these coaches coming into like Toronto or even Boston, maybe Colorado, Vegas. Vegas is a big one. I feel like Vegas is not afraid to pull the trigger on getting rid of anybody, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously the situation matters, but I do feel like in general, if you don't see results with a coach in the NHL after 2 years, maybe after year 3, there's definitely a lot of change. I mean, look at the Sabres. They haven't been a contender, and they've gone through so many coaches since like 2016, 2015. It's ridiculous. So I definitely feel like there's an expiration date. And I think it's a Walmart expiration date. That means when you get it, it's gonna go bad in 2 days. So you better enjoy it.
I also
Does
feel
your
like
stuff on Walmart?
Sucks.
Does
Yeah,
your
Walmart
Walmart
sucks, dude.
does your Walmart stuff go bad after 2 days?
Yeah, man. Like the fruit and stuff.
Oh
The
yeah,
meat.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
about.
like you get your stuff and it's like, oh, this looks good, and then all of a
Especially
sudden,
if you do the pickup because they just throw shit into the bins and just
yeah,
bring them
man.
out.
You will not be hearing any Walmart ads on this podcast. Screw
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think we see coaches kind of cycle through as much as we do because it's very much a copycat league of whoever wins. Everybody tries to take what that team does well and replicate it. Kind of feel like the days of having kind of the scrappy teams that get there off of all the different personalities has kind of changed. Not to say that everybody is like it's all one like homogenous kind of league where every player is the same. Because I mean, I feel the NHL, while they have a problem marketing their stars, they have enough guys that do things differently. There's a reason why Ovechkin standing in the power play circle so iconic. It's just because he's the one guy that consistently can just stand in that spot, never be covered, and
Yeah,
almost 80% of the time score.
exactly.
But I think you get like teams like Vegas that win last year, and then suddenly everyone's like, well, okay, you can go out and buy everybody under the sun and have this team hard press up against the cap, but if you have every good player, doesn't matter, you'll find a way to keep the good times rolling. And not that I think we've seen that this year because Vegas got bounced early, but I don't know. Whoever wins this year, it'll be like, okay, what did they do well that we can do? And if I hire this guy, is he going to be able to do that in the same amount of time or less?
Yeah.
And I mean, coaching is very different now because I feel like we're kind of getting to a point where these guys get recycled so much and either don't get the results or they do, and everyone wonders why when things go bad. And it's like, well, they're not bringing anything really new to the table. Like they're still going to coach the way they coach. Like it's a reason why like all the Babcock stuff was such a mess. Everyone's like, well, yeah, you can say he's been rehabilitated and whatnot, but he's gonna still be the same coach.
Exactly.
Everyone talks about Tortorella the same way. Like, okay, yeah, he bounced the city from city to city, and he's loved by his guys. He's good for quotes, but at the end of the day, he still coaches like John Tortorella. Like,
yep.
I would say it's probably more noticeable now, just because we're getting to a point where the focus is on the players 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like coaching is just the easy way to blame when players aren't producing, because it's like, okay, the Leafs had all this talent, but it's Keith's fault because they just can't win when they need to win.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, that's a valid point, but at the end of the day, like they're not absolved from criticism just because he couldn't get it done in the 5-6 years he coached. Like,
yeah,
it's not necessarily not true, but it's unfair to be like, oh, well, okay, yeah, you know what? It was his fault the whole time. That's why we could do it. It wasn't just their inability to score when it mattered. Like,
definitely
not his fault.
It's definitely not Marner not able to transition. his regular season stellar play to the playoffs. Definitely not that.
Not at all. Well, for the sake of not being here forever, we'll kind of get through our questions here a little fast. We have a two-parter here. It's from Barry. It says a couple questions. What numbers do Zellweger and Minchikov wear next year? And what has been your favorite series of the playoffs so far?
I don't know what their pro numbers are, but probably whatever they wore in junior.
Minchikov wore 10 with
He ain't
Saginaw.
wearing 10.
So I don't know if he's changing that. I could see Zellweger wearing 3 because he wore when he was on the Blazers last year.
Yeah,
That's
3
yeah,
probably.
that's true. He could wear 3.
Yeah, 3 probably.
Because it's either 3 or 48 that he wore in Everett, but
Yeah.
I would assume 3 is probably his choice because he was 3 for Team Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like 3. Minchikov,
Let's see. Did Pavel wear? What did he wear in?
he wore 10.
He changed the number when he went to Saginaw. I thought.
Honestly, just keep 34. Not a bad number.
I wouldn't hate him sticking with 34.
Not a bad number.
It's not.
Because he wore 10 at Saginaw and then he wore 4 and off. So unless Cam Fowler is somehow disappeared next season, I don't know if 4 will be available either.
Yeah. Yeah, Minchkov's a little bit harder to guess. But Zellweger I could definitely like 3 would be nice. I'd like him to wear 3.
What was the second question?
Favorite playoff series so far?
Mine favorite series so far. Boston Toronto was a lot of fun just because of the hate and the internet.
It was a lot of fun watching Toronto lose.
Sure. I really enjoyed Dallas Vegas. That first round matchup was probably my favorite. Dallas Colorado's like getting right up there, but I don't think it's the same. It doesn't feel the same as Dallas Vegas did. Like that was
agreed.
a really good series.
Yeah, that's probably mine too.
Vancouver, Edmonton, they still might have 2 games left. At the very most, they have 2 games left.
Yeah.
That has a chance. I mean, if you ask me the same question next week, my answer might be Vancouver, Edmonton.
Yeah.
Just because it's been a lot of fun. But as of right now, round 1 Stars Knights is my favorite.
Mine too.
I gotta go with the series I had the E-Pro on the Hurricanes and Rangers.
Hurricanes? Yeah, okay.
I mean, part of that is I think it's because I was able to watch that whole game on my flight home.
Yeah.
The double OT one.
Yeah.
I know it just felt like it had the drama. You had the Hurricanes come back, and then
Fuck that series.
just it all fell apart in the end. But it seemed like a really good series.
Yeah.
At least from like the hockey perspective of things. I mean, if you wanted all the drama, I'd say Boston, Florida was up there, but
yeah,
and that's just because they had history from last season
and the crazy
and the Bennett stuff.
The Bennett stuff, man. Like
shit was stupid.
God damn.
I did find it funny that during the handshake line, like the commentary teams were just like, "Oh, and there's a Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett stopped for a decent amount of time," and you could tell that Marchand just wants to move on. It's just like, are we gonna fight in handshake line?
I know. Oh boy.
All right, our next one comes from Instagram, and it comes from our buddy Spinco. He's got his podcast with his dad, right? Royally Quacked.
Royally Quacked.
Go give them a listen. Go check them out.
Yeah,
So would you do a Gibson, Jackson Lacombe, and the Edmonton first round pick for Mitch Marner?
Gibson, Lacombe, and our first from Edmonton for Marner.
I don't know if the Leafs do that. I would probably do it, but
I'd probably do that. Yeah.
If
I
they're
don't-
the ones offering and that's what they want, then yes.
I don't
Have
see
fun.
them.
Goodbye.
I don't see them accepting that deal.
Yeah, if that was a proposed trade to them, I would say they probably laugh at you.
Yeah. But if
But
if
if
that
they're
call
the
was coming to
ones-
Pat, yeah.
if they're like, "Hey, we would do this if you did that," like, where do I
don't-
park? Where
I
do I
don't-
drop them?
I don't know if
drop
they
them
could.
off?
I don't know if they could afford that John Gibson contract. Like
There would
a
probably
bunch
be
of
With Marner out though.
There'd be some retention involved,
Yeah.
even I think with Marner.
but still, I don't know if they could squeeze that in, but they might.
Does Cap Friendly have a trade proposal?
Ooh, that's a good
Cool.
question.
Because I mean, I
I
know.
can't tell you.
Let's see.
Getting sleepy.
Lou's making me yawn.
I don't know everything.
Appa in
Almost-
the chat.
Almost bedtime.
Oh, no, there is the machine.
Ooh.
Okay, so we will.
Tell us Cap Friendly.
So
Cap Friendly's like our
I would
magic
do
8
it.
ball.
I would probably do it, but I don't know if Toronto would do it. That's my answer.
I doubt Toronto would want to do that.
Yeah.
But you never know. I do think that Marner is probably on his way out. Mainly because they have signed Matthews and Nylander to pretty nice contracts.
The top
And,
the top priority for the Ducks should be Martin Etches, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
he said you can guarantee it.
We need a Lou guarantee button.
Yep.
Let's see, where is Toronto?
All right, Stars Avalanche still 1-1. There's about 3.5 minutes left in regulation. I love how even this series is too. The score's even. The shots on goal are even. It's wonderful.
I want Colorado to win. We already seen him win one.
You gonna say that to me while I'm sitting here on the other side of this camera with an Avalanche jersey on?
Yeah. They already won a cup. Don't need to see him win another one.
I don't think they'll win another. I honestly think I really think the Rangers are going to be hard to beat.
Oh, they're gonna be easy to beat. Don't you worry.
I'm just glad that my bracket is still kind of staying together here with my Rangers in the cup pick.
So
That's gonna be busted.
If you don't take in retention into account, it
Uh-huh.
does get approved by the trade registry if
Ooh.
the Ducks had all contracts signed. That's the only box isn't checked. So I mean, you can't really say yes or no because there
Yeah.
probably would be some retention in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, you make that trade like that, you're taking in almost 11 million in cap space, and you're only losing 4 million cap space off of like what they currently have. So if you did it like right now before, well, you couldn't do it at this point because you need to be at the below the limit of the cap.
Yeah.
But if we're ignoring that, we'd get 28 million instead of 33.
Oh, okay.
So it's about a $4 million change because of Gibson's contract. But
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. Like you said, unless the Leafs for some reason just like, hey, yeah, we need this. Can you guys do this for us? And I guess you say yes, but
Yeah.
I also kind of feel like you make that move if you know that he's like, oh yeah, I would sign another contract.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
100%.
I don't think you make that trade and then just be like, okay, yeah, you can get offer sheeted and leave, please.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you. Thank you. Bye.
He's got to have like an extension attached to this this trade, obviously.
which you bring in like a third team, you bring in like a Sharks, maybe give
Yeah.
them a pick somewhere. I mean, Toronto doesn't have that capital, so it's hard to say that Toronto would be in a spot to give San Jose anything to retain.
Yeah.
We definitely could, but I think there's a little more gymnastics that have to be done for that to even kind of be a plausible
Yeah.
possibility. All right, next one comes from Goose, and yeah, if you had to describe yourself as a type of tree, what tree would you be?
I was sorry, I was not ready for that one.
I
Caught
don't
you off
know.
guard. I would say palm tree just because of my hair.
You're okay, yeah, I can see that.
What kind of trees are there?
I was gonna say palm tree just because I'm tall, but I mean any tree is tall, so for the most part. A redwood then? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
let's go
usually
with the
taller than
redwood.
everyone around me. I hate it.
I'm
That's
just
why
piggybacking on Chris. That's right.
I
Redwoods
hate
are
that I'm always
tall.
the tall one in the room, like all the time. No matter who I'm hanging out with, I'm usually the tallest one. So I get really excited if I'm walking alongside somebody, like a complete stranger, that's like a giant and he makes me feel short. I get pretty excited. It's a fun time. It's like a fun, quick, like 20 seconds of my life.
That's cool.
Yeah. Redwood tree. That be me.
I would
Yep.
say that what tree would Lou be?
A pine tree?
No, Lou would be an olive tree.
Olive tree? Okay.
The fuck is an olive tree?
It's an olive tree.
I'm
In the
not an
name.
olive tree.
No.
I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Hey, can't disagree when you're caught out of the question, Mr. Lou.
Yep.
Then finally, D Flow asked, "What are our lap Eastern Conference final predictions?" My heart wants to say Panthers in 7, but I kind of feel that goes either way. But I will go Panthers in 7.
Panthers in 7? Okay.
Panthers in .0000001.
Should I do
No,
Panthers in 4 for you, Lou?
it's gonna be a clean sweep.
You could have just said Panthers in 4.
What?
You could have just said Panthers in 4.
I could have, but I didn't.
All right.
It's not how you
do
operate.
I do want 7. I want 7 games, but I don't think it's going to go there. I'm going to say Rangers in 6. It's
I'm sick of the
Rangers year,
Rangers.
man.
I'm sick of friggin'
Rangers
Jacob
year.
Trouba. I'm sick of Matt Rimpe. I'm sick of all those people. I'm sick of their fans. Sick of the city of New York. I'm just sick of them.
He's
Go
sick of
home
me.
already.
You hate the way that they walk and hate the way that they talk.
Yeah. Go home already.
I will say really quick that the Avalanche and Stars are headed to overtime.
So this
Go
game's
Stars.
gonna either end in heartbreak or we're getting to game 7.
That really sucks. Like I'm just like putting myself in like in the shoes of an Avalanche fan right now, and I cannot imagine this feeling because we've been through it plenty of times as Ducks fans. You know, going into overtime in a playoff game, but let alone like an elimination game. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, see, we're used to it not being an elimination game. We're used to it being a game 7 and then being disappointed.
After like 10 minutes into the game, we're already down like 4-0.
After a week of just like, come on, just win this one fucking game. All you gotta do is shoot it over Bree's blocker side and you win.
Win the damn thing.
I'm
Go
just projecting
Stars.
at this point. Well, that is it for episode 87.
That do be it.
Depending on how next week goes, I would say maybe do another watch along.
Yeah, we probably could, honestly, because if the Eastern Conference Final doesn't start until Wednesday, the West probably doesn't start until Thursday at the earliest.
Yeah.
And we're planning to probably record Thursday night, Friday night, possibly. So we could definitely do a watch along for maybe like a game 1 or game 2, depending on what conference final you'd rather watch.
Or what game's actually on too.
Yeah, true.
But we,
But yeah.
as always, we'll post when that comes up once we've decided, because yeah, we don't want to take these episodes and just come on just for the sake of recording.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, obviously we value everybody's time and we value our time. You know, we just want to hop on and bullshit around, just feel like, yeah, ooh, another episode. Yeah, we are in a weird spot being in this part of the rebuild where summer comes around and there's not a lot to talk about because we're usually out of it as soon as the regular season ends. So,
Yeah.
This season, there should be a lot to talk about for the Ducks off season, though.
yeah. So
This one should be a
hopefully, yeah.
really big off season.
Should be, yeah.
couple more weeks before it gets interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll have more details about Vegas potentially.
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
If you want to join us, if you're interested, you're listening, just let us know. And maybe we'll all get seats together and go be rowdy for the third pick, and then
Be just completely ridiculous for a third pick. But yeah, that's it from us here at the Late Arrivals podcast, episode 87. Thanks for sticking around this long. If you did, if you made it this far, we appreciate you.
Yep.
If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow, maybe subscribe if you're feeling it. Wherever you're listening to this, on Spotify, Apple, wherever, Amazon Music.
Are we on that now?
I think we've been. Yeah, we've been on Amazon Music.
Oh,
Leave us a rating if they allow it. Leave us a review if they allow it. I know Apple Podcasts allows both. But yeah, leave us a rating and review. It means a lot to us. Really helps the show. Follow us on all of our socials. I try to make sure that our Twitter and Instagram are I'm at least posting one thing a day. I don't want it to be like, I try my best not to have our socials dead for like 24 hours. I like to keep it pretty active. So go follow us over there. Follow Inside the Rink everywhere. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. You'll find our episodes over there, as well as a bunch of other podcasts that we work with. A lot of good folks over there.
our local lap for 7 Word tickets.
Yes, and I do want to
Our
pour one
local
out.
lap 10 for shift hockey.
Speaking of other podcasts in our network at Inside the Rink, I do want to pour one out for the Bruins Benders, as they had to deal with their Boston Bruins being eliminated tonight. So sorry about that. They had a live.
yeah, I was gonna say I think they were live for it too.
They were, yeah. So it's too bad. But yeah, go follow us everywhere. We love you. We'll see you next week, possibly for a watch along. We'll keep you updated. Like Jake said, we'll let you know. But thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Be the Divine Intuition episode, the Marty Natchez episode.
There you go.
Or the Jamie McGinn episode.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Ketchup
Stay breezy.
sucks.
Stay breezy.
Ketchup sucks.